Hey everyone, it's me Kenji again, and I just got finished watching Love is Blind episode 5 and 6, and as always, I have so much to unpack and discuss, so let's get started. One of the first major scenes in these episodes is when Chelsea chooses Jimmy over Trevor. I've seen some discussion that she chose him mainly because of the competition with Jessica. That's a whole other discussion. But it hurts to have seen Trevor's Instagram, I think, or his TikTok, where he talks about his dog that was also named Chelsea, come to find out, died on the same day that Chelsea turned him down. Like, if this is true, that is wild, and that is just heartbreaking. Now, the aftermath of Jimmy and Chelsea choosing each other was probably one of the most contentious breakups I have seen in Love is Blind history. Some people said that Jessica's speech was so good that it was probably rehearsed, but it doesn't matter because I personally think she's right, and that the moment Jimmy does see her, he's gonna choke. But what's even crazier is when Jimmy starts to talk about how he made the right choice, he slips and says Jessica's name. And that makes me think that deep down, he really did love or have deeper feelings for Jessica than Chelsea. I believe Jessica having a child was in part the reason why Jimmy chose Chelsea. But in episode 6, we see Jimmy and Chelsea talking, and he's like, no, I did not make up my decision when I went into the pods with Jessica. And he's like, did you tell anybody that I said that I love you? Which I feel like is a very bizarre question. The last time we saw another contestant get upset that the other women were talking about their conversations was Matthew.
Cute.
Okay.
You're just the cutest.
Are you going to tell anybody about what I said to you today?
I'm gonna just simmer in it.
And so it leads me to think that Jimmy didn't want Chelsea to tell the other women, especially Jessica, that he told her, I love you, because he still was interested in Jessica. But because Jessica blew up and gave that iconic EpiPen speech, he decided to go with Chelsea, who seems a bit less confrontational. Now, I say this because Jimmy comes off as kind of a soft guy. He said it himself. He is not accustomed to direct and assertive women. Then there's this whole scene when he's brushing his teeth and he's giving this whole speech to Chelsea about how he loves soft bristle toothbrushes because he brushes too hard and it hurts his gums and his teeth. And to me, that just really echoed the fact that Jimmy is really soft. Okay. Now, another thing about Jimmy and Chelsea that was a bit problematic was when all of the couples met each other for the first time. Jimmy begins to tell Chelsea about 80's body, and I feel like a lot of people had something to say about 80's body, but the way in which Jimmy talked about her and stared at her and talked to his fiance about her, that was disrespectful. But the way Chelsea responded, it also really ignited more drama, because who in their right mind is going to yell across the room and be like, hey, my man is talking about your body? No, you don't do that. And I feel like in a way that was almost like a defense mechanism, like her way of trying to come off as cool or comfortable even though she was uncomfortable. But if anything, it made the situation worse, because then Jimmy proceeds to just talk to AD and try to keep things calm, but then is now flirting with her right in front of Chelsea. It was the most weirdest thing. The eye contact, the nature of their conversation, it just all around was disrespectful. Now, going back to what I said earlier about people blabbing on their partners, Jeremy did the same thing with this whole bean dip situation. I personally think that while Laura has a very weird sense of humor, him blabbing and telling the guys about it and telling AD about it just made things worse. It could have all been avoided if they just didn't talk about it. If he would have just kept it to himself and not made the whole situation very awkward. Anyways, guys, that concludes my breakdown of episodes 5 and 6. Stay tuned for my next video where I'll be breaking down the remaining episodes of Love is Blind. And yeah, guys, thanks for watching. Bye.